All right, hey, sorry folks for being a little bit late today. I uh, I got a little bit carried away and accidentally closed down the YouTube. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Sound looks like it's going through okay. Maybe I'll turn the microphone up just a little bit, and we'll get to something in a second. Oh, got a new guitar. I'll be playing it a little bit later today, and this is one of the reasons why I was a little bit late. Let me know if you can. Uh-oh. Let me know if you can hear it. Anyway, we'll be playing this a little bit later. This is an Eastman El Rey. An Eastman El Rey. It's not a very thick um, instrument for a jazz instrument. It's super light, which I love, and I think it looks very unique. That's kind of me. I like looking at unique things, although I have like my Les Pauls and Strats and stuff, but I like things that are a little bit different. And it's much more comfortable. I got it to replace my other uncomfortable guitars. It's a very small lower bout. Anyway, we'll play that a little bit later. I think it's a beautiful instrument. I got it for a good deal. I sold a couple of guitars to get it, but anyway, we'll be doing that a little bit later. Let's start out with, let's get this guy in, back to the Les Paul, and yeah, we'll be doing plenty of those shell voicings. That is for sure. Plenty of them. All right. So, yeah, Joe, I was going to get I see Joe's on, Joe McCarthy. Joe, I was going to get a T184, and they had one of those used, one of the ones that I got, and I played that, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta get my, my heart said that's the one I wanted. My head said I gotta get the T184 because it's simple and it's got the sustain block. That's a fully hollow guitar too, which is really nice. I like it. So we'll be doing it. Hey, so just today we'll do a quick lesson and then I'll just play a little bit. The lesson is, this is a preview, by the way, of on December 15th, which is not this Friday, but not this Friday coming up, but the Friday after. I'll be doing a 90-minute master class on mastering the fretboard, and or workshop, whatever you want to call it, workshop, master class on mastering the fretboard. This is just one of the techniques we'll talk about, and I'm just going to briefly touch on it today. And this is what I call the lick method of getting around the fretboard. I'll do this and then we'll play. If you're interested in it, I haven't sent out any social media or anything like that about it yet. This is the first time I'm telling people about it. There is a link in the description. You can actually sign up today if you want, but there's no content. There won't be any content until December 15th, and that's live. So it'll be live. There will be a Q&A session afterward, and then you'll have it available after that. You can order it live. You know, if you can't make it at that time, you can watch it later. But if you want to be on the live and ask me questions, it won't be like this. It'll be on a Zoom call, so you'll be able to ask me questions in person. At least that's the intent. All right. So anyway, there's a link in the description, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. So let me say hi to folks, and then we'll be on it. I just want to say hi. I saw John DiCarlo. John, I got your note about Love Gun. That was pretty cool. Dug that. Ron Shack, hey, buddy. Good to see you. Jeff Schaller. Tall Paul, hello. And I already said hi to Joe McCarthy. Patrick's on, I see. And Carrie from AJ, hello. James Sims. Man, so many people on. That is great. So we'll get to playing a little bit. We'll do the lesson, and then we'll get to playing. Hi, Kristen, not Kirsten. William Lavin. I saw Bill was on, Bill Nicholson. Hello. So many people on today. All right, we got a lot of people on. Yeah, Eastman makes great guitars. Great guitars. Great guitars. Yeah, it's got a 14-inch lower bout. We'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so I want to share with you today a technique that a lot of people don't think about when they're thinking about like playing comfortably all over the fretboard. And I'm talking about being able to play comfortably and fluently over the fretboard. And this is actually a nice little technique that can help you build how comfortable you are with moving around. If you're not used to, if you're used to just playing in one place, right? We've got let's say we're playing in, that's a little loud. There we go, that's not bad. Say we're playing in our typical, we're playing a blues or something. And of course we all know we all know that minor pentatonic, and that's great. But there comes a time when it's nice to be moving around the minor pentatonic, and this is a super simple way of doing this. So what I like to do sometimes, Matt Schofield has talked about how this was the first thing he thought of, instead of like saying, okay, we all know, well, we could map out that scale all over in 5 positions and all that, but there's a lot to memorize and things like that. One thing that's kind of more musical is you can take a lick, whatever that lick is, and then you basically just transpose that lick into different places. So I'm just going to give a very simple example, okay? So let's say we have this lick right here. Okay? Very simple blues lick. Now you might be able to play that, you might not be able to play it, but if you can play it, you can see that there's not much to it. But, just making it simple. Something like that. I'm sure pretty much everybody on could play that. Now the idea is, think about where that lick starts and where it ends. And I purposely chose one that started and ended at the same place, at this A. Now my job now is to simply find the A's that are available to me and try and repeat that lick. Okay? And we should get it in our ears and then let our fingers find out what's right. Instead of like trying to memorize what's the fret pattern, oh, it's 2 down and 2 up. I mean, we can notice a couple of things like that. It's like it's on 2 strings, and that's cool. But I think it's best to just try and get your ear to organize that. By the way, this is something that Larry Carlton and Robin Ford do all the time. They'll play a lick and then they'll play it in a different octave. All right, so let's start with that. And we've got an A there. And now we just learn to look for the different A's. So here's an A. Here's an A. So let's try it right here. And sometimes it's going to be a little bit different because you might pick a different string, or each string is going to sound a little bit different, but the fingering might be a little bit different. Maybe you change that a little bit, but anyway, there's an A right there, and we could do it. Back to this one. And that can work there. Let's find another A. Here's one. That'll work just fine too. So, and then we can go into things that maybe we'll find an A here, and it's hard because there's no 0th string, so you can't just use that pattern. Maybe you find, and it makes it maybe a little bit different or a little bit more difficult to play, and your fingers kind of accommodate. It's just a great learning tool for learning things all over the neck. So you can take it to different places. You'll notice that when you get to the B string, the pattern changes. And that's just something you'll pick up naturally when you find all those A's. Like, hey, you found an A here. Let's see if I can play it. And be willing to make some mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. I do that all the time. I'm sure I'll make a ton on today's live stream. But, you know, the more mistakes that you make, that's the more chance to correct those and practice and all that. Here's another A right here. There you go. So, you know, that's the idea. If I were playing a song now, you know, basically, I don't understand the question, Monty. I'm just looking at Monty's question. How is it in YouTube if YouTube has a subscribe button, but I'm subscribed? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I do subscribe. Okay, great. Hey, T-Bone. Sorry, I'm playing the Les Paul. I do have a Strat in there somewhere. Okay. Oh, hi, Chris. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so that's just one way of doing it. Now, just a couple of things I want to talk about before we kind of move. I mean, first of all, it's a great way to just make more, just give you more knowledge and comfort around the fretboard, right? If you have a lick, sometimes it'll sound differently on a different string. So it's just almost like a different lick. But that's one thing. First of all, it's much, or I wanted to mention, it's harder to translate like a lick that moves over many strings. If you have it going vertically over many strings, like this one right here, that one travels over 5 strings. So trying to translate that whole lick over into different octaves is going to be tough. But there are different things that you can do if you limit it a little bit more. 2 strings is, I find, kind of ideal. A 2-string sort of lick, like you know. You know, and it just gives you a different flavor every time. You know, and it just is. It's just a little bit different, you know? So let me try doing a little bit of that. Let me see if I'm in tune. It feels like this Les Paul's a little bit out of tune. Les Paul's been treating me well lately in terms of tuning. Strat's been letting me down. No, it's good. Now that jazz box is going to be probably giving me a little bit of problems because I just changed the strings. So we'll see. All right, let's see if we can do something here and just kind of demonstrate that. Let's see let me get the, you know, I always set up the second camera so that I can show things up close. There we go. So may as well just do it today, show you this up close. So just to make sure that we get this, right, if this is my original lick, I'm starting on an A and I'm ending on an A, so that's the key to it. And then I can pick any A and repeat that lick. And it might take you some time to find all those A's. Here's another one. Right? It may take you some time to find those A's, but that's okay. That's the whole point to learning the fretboard. And one thing I like about it is you're finding real notes. You're not just doing patterns. You're actually learning about the guitar in a non-patterned way. Okay? And it doesn't have to only be that root. Let me just say one more thing before I just do the demonstration. I always, when I'm doing this method, I always pick one note so that I can find a different place. And it's not always, like, what happens if it starts on a different note and then ends on it? Like I was playing that one right there. You might pick the B as the start point and then find the different Bs. Or But the way that I did it was I thought in terms of A, because to me, that's the key note in this lick. But anyway, that's how I do it, or that's how I did it. But I would advise just picking one note and then helping yourself navigate around that. Okay, so that's what I would do. Maybe B would have been easier on that one to pick. All right, let's see if we can play something and demonstrate a little bit. I have been super rusty, folks. I haven't been able to play. I may not be able to play too long. My sciatica is really killing me, and I have a hard time sitting in the same position for a while. My leg is just killing me right now, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, hey, Geek Willow. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks. I appreciate it. And Lars, always good to see you on as well. Didn't say hi. Am I playing the lick with the root always following the chord? I'm not thinking about anything like that. I'm not thinking anything about that. This will be a blues. I'm just thinking about playing that lick, okay? I'm not thinking about, like, what am I going to do with the changes? I could think about that, but, you know, I'm not trying to demonstrate, 5 things at once. We'll just keep it simple to one thing, and there we go. All right, so let us, as the rabbit said, let us get going on this. Oh, I've got to enable the backing track. There we go, the sound. Gotta get the... That sounds good. All right. I think this is an A. We'll do that lick a few times. get the picture. You get the picture. All right, so anyway, thanks, buddy. Let me answer some questions if you have any, and I will just remind you that, if you're just joining on, and I haven't sent any social media out or any emails out about this, but I am giving a master class on moving around the fretboard. I'm giving that on December 15th. It'll be a 90-minute workshop. Oh, thank you, John. I really appreciate it, buddy. It'll be a 90-minute workshop, and there's a link in the description if you want to sign up. There will be a limited number of seats. You'll be able to ask live questions at the end. And it has this, but this in much more detail, and obviously there will be materials that you get afterwards. So you buy it, you watch the lecture, or you watch the workshop, you bring your guitar, try out various things, and then you have it afterwards, and all the licks, all the tab and backing track, and as well as the video lessons. And there you go. And if you want to be in the live spot, you can be on the live spot. And that's December 15th. So anyway, you can sign up for that there's a link in the description. Okay, and I haven't done anything, like nobody knows about it yet. So if you're interested in that, you want to get a jump on everybody else, you can do that. Okay, so I will see if there's any. Jesse Parrish just got his or her coffee. Probably a his, because it's mostly guys on here. Not all. I understand. I think it's a him. And I see Monty's on and woke up now. That's great. All right, let's play a little bit. I'm going to take out that new El Rey just because I'm digging it. I'm really digging the sound of this thing. It has, I can tell you a little bit about it. So I got it because it's a lot smaller, and oh my God, it's so light, especially compared to that Les Paul. It's very, very light. This will be the first time I put a strap on it. Strap button's in the back, so probably want to switch that around. There we go, that's better. It's a little bit neck heavy, but that's okay. And by the way, thanks for mentioning I might be able to stand up. I don't really have a setup to do that right away and be on camera, so you'll be looking at my belly button. But it's got Kent Anderson pickups. It's ebony bridge. That's a little ebony tailpiece block, or the tailpiece cover blocking the trapeze tailpiece. It's you can see the flame on it's really nice, or the finish on it's really nice. It's got just a slight weird cutout there, and it's got a 14-inch lower bout, which is small for a jazz guitar, for sure. Grover tuners, and it's got the guitar maker's signature on the top. Otto, can't remember his name, but he's the main design. The Les Paul caused my back issues. Probably sitting in a weird way caused it, but now this is definitely a darker sound. It's a muddier tone, whatever. But if I turn the tone knob off, now I'm using the neck on this right now. That's full tone. So that's the tone all the way up full. And if I turn it down, it gets more mellow sounding. All the way to, that's totally muddy. Definitely yeah, it's a nice sound. I think it's a really nice sounding. Now, if I want to play the Steve Howe thing, I can go to the neck or the bridge pickup and, that kind of thing. I could do that. But let me make sure it's in tune. Like I said, I just changed the strings on this, so it may be going out quite a bit. Let's go to the bridge again. It's a little out. Plus all the temperature changes in the Northeast just wreak havoc on the tuning. It's quiet right now, right? Let's turn it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can brighten it up if you want. I like leaving it kind of dark sounding. All right, let's play something. Let's try something that should be a little bit nice for this. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Good stuff, right? All right, that's enough. That is enough. I think it is, I don't know. That's a good question. Is it mahogany or maple? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's mahogany, but I know it's an ebony neck. I know it's an ebony neck. So anyway, yeah, good blues rock, seventh chords. I don't know, man. Let's play something. Let's play something that this thing would do well on. So, by the way, that was it. You know, I'm not going to do any more lessons. I think at this point I'm just going to play a little bit and take your questions or whatever. All right. So, how about a little bit of? Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you for the tip. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, T-Bone, trying to blame the Les Paul again. And see Joe Urbanowski's on. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, thanks, Bill. Yeah, I love it. It just feels great. I haven't had a jazz guitar in a long time. Well, I had one, but I just haven't loved it, you know. Let's see. How about, geez, I don't even know about this one. I don't know the chords on this one, so I may not be able to make it. Let's see. I mean, I think I can figure them out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's try this one again. All right. I think that's cool, right? Should work well for this. Yeah, it should. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Getting to learn this. Now this isn't what's going on. This is Mercy, Mercy Me. That was nice. I think this guitar fits that, you know? I think that worked well for this. This is the Eastman L. Ray. I think it retails at like $2,700 or $2,800, which is cheap for a jazz guitar. This is used, and I got it by trading in a couple of guitars. So let's say it was $1,400, something like that, I would say. I traded in a bunch of guitars, guitars I wasn't using. And I did just hear from B&G. Oh, one thing I forgot to say. There's a local company, Ithaca Guitar Works, who is going to let me play some of their guitars. And so you'll be seeing a lot more guitars on the morning shows, on these live shows. So I'll be able to try out different guitars. And you can even ask me, if you'd like, to try out some different guitars, and I can ask them. Like I think they had mentioned that maybe a Fender Ultra Telecaster would be a nice one to try out that they would be willing to send me home with and do a live stream. But they have lots of Gibsons, Eastmans. They specialize in Eastmans. So they have some real nice Eastman Les Pauls and 335 type guitars, as well as their jazz guitars, which is I think how they started. But anyway, Waldo's in the FBI now. All right, what else you want to hear, guys, today? Let's try. How about we try something? How about sexy minor blues? That sounds kind of sexy, right? Let's see if we could do that one. All right. It's a weird chord. Turn this down a little bit. Here we go. All right. This is West Montgomery. We'll try a little bit. Bend a little bit on it. Bent a little out of tune. one more time. Enough. That's pretty cool. I dug that sound. I dug the sound. Yeah, coffee. All right. Let's get some coffee. Let's get a sip of breakfast here. All right, cool. Somebody mentioned some New Orleans. Let's see how it handles some New Orleans blues. I'm looking all over for the tuner. Getting old. Here it is right here on the end of the guitar. Looking all over for the tuner. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice. All right, let's do some funky New Orleans thing here. Here's a little New Orleans style blues. Got to get the backing track volume right. Anemo Unknown, it is not an ES, it's a Eastman. It's different than any other thing I've seen. There you go. Try a little bit of dirt. Okay. Start this one again. I think that's a little loud, huh? There we go. All right, let's figure out the chords first. C minor. I know this isn't like E or something. Oh yeah, okay. We got it. All right, we'll try a little bit of dirt. Here's a little bit of dirt, just a little. That's it, and then we'll go to the... We'll try a little bit of that, yeah. We'll try one more after this funky New Orleans thing. We'll put a little more dirt on, okay, Spidge? Promise. We'll try one that's a little more appropriate for putting a little more dirt on. But this, we'll just keep it more or less clean. I'll start on the neck, and then maybe we'll go to the bridge. We'll do some more Spidge, for sure, for sure. All right, so here we go. Funky New Orleans sort of blues. All right, let's play a little dirty stuff. Let's see what we can do with just a little bit of dirt. What would be good with that? Oh, maybe this? I don't know. I'm worried about breaking strings on this thing. But we'll see what we can do here. All right. I don't know. I don't know this song too much. There's a weird thing in the middle. Yeah, this could take some dirt, right? There we go. All right, there's some dirt. There's some dirt. I think this is okay. This is all right. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I like the Les Paul better for that. If T-Bone's on, I even kind of like the Strat better for that sort of thing. But hope you dug it. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's see what else we've got here. By the way, I was only guessing at those chords. I was guessing pretty well. I mean, I've heard it before, so I was sort of just trying to play by ear, but I was definitely guessing on some of that stuff. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna put the Les Paul back on, and we'll come back to this guy. But I just have to do a break. We'll do if Mike Marolo's on. I think this is his fave. I don't know about his fave, but he told me there's one note that's really good that you really need to get. And I'm like, yeah, I know that note. I know that note. It's a sharp, or it's a B flat. I don't know whether it's an A sharp or a B flat. Little music joke there. Why is playing music like walking in New York in the winter? I'll let you guys stew on that one for a while I take a drink. Why is playing music like walking in the winter in New York? Wow, the G string was in, the B string was out. All right, why is walking in New York in the winter like that? Because if you don't C sharp, you will B flat. Okay, it's the stupidest joke ever. All right, sorry, because you'll slip on the ice, right? right. All right, let's do some Les Paul stuff. Here we go. By the way, this one will also get me demonetized today. Jimmy played it in E. What did he play in E? Picked with his... Yeah, he played mostly in E. That's true, Willie. Although he tuned it down a half step, right? Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. one more time, and then we'll call it a day on this oozing blues. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. I'm just fooling around today. Just having a ball playing today. I haven't played in a while, and somehow I'm in a good mood. So it's all seeing y'all. That's what's all good. It's always fun. Always fun. Hey, if you're just joining us, and there probably aren't too many people who are just joining at this point, but if you are, you can go back to the beginning to get the lesson, which was about moving around the fretboard. We're just having fun right now. And I did mention to everybody who's on the live stream, give you a little heads up if you're interested. There is a workshop that I'm giving on December 15th, a 90-minute workshop on mastering the fretboard. Give you lots of exercises, different ways of seeing that are easier than the conventional methods, and better. They're not just easier, they're better, and help you navigate around the fretboard, doing stuff kind of like I was playing around with, but having some confidence that you'll be able to figure it out even live on the spot. But anyway, it's 90 minutes, and you get to ask me any questions live at the end of the presentation, and then you get to keep the video and all the tools that go along with it, including tabs, backing tracks, and handouts and stuff like that. Anyway, the link is in the description. If you're interested in that, you can sign up. Okay, no such thing as wrong, though. I love it, Owen. I love it. Still Got the Blues. Yeah, it was kind of like Still Got the Blues, right? It felt a little bit like that. It felt like that. Okay, let's keep this a family show. Jim and Skit Fum. Let's keep this a family show. We all know that we can make a lot of double entendres with music things. Let's play a strat thing, all right? Let's try a strat tone. I haven't played this thing in a long time, or in a while. So I'm going to do something that T-Bone hates if he's still on, and that is put the angled thing into there. Oh, strat players hate that. There's with good reason. All right, but this is undoubtedly out of tune because I haven't tuned it in a while. I haven't played it in a while. So I have to do something that's appropriate for a strat. Wasn't too bad. Ugh. That's better. sounds okay. I'm going to turn up the drive just a little bit. Turn my volume down so I get a little more dynamics. All right. I really like the color of this Strat. I think it looks great. I love the look of this Strat. So I usually just use my amp gain like in the videos. I like that. But today I'm playing it pretty clean from the amp. And I'm using my Noble's ODR pedal. And I'm using a compressor to get it up to be a little bit creamier when I distortion it. When I distort it? Why can I not say this? When I put some distortion on it. All right, let's see if I can find something that's sort of bluesy. Or that's sort of Hendrixy. I thought I had something in here. Sexy, no, Sunday morning chill, no. Oh, no. Come on. I thought I had something. Sunday morning chill, no. Seductive, no. I know I've got something that's Hendrixy type of thing. Let's see. Let's try a soulful E major. That might work, but sorry, it's taking me a while. This? I don't think this is it. No, it's nice, but dreamy, upbeat bell. Oh, maybe this is it. No. Sorry, it's taking me a while. I think it's in E, as Willie would say. Mellow atmosphere. Oh, no? Dreamy. Let's try this. I don't think this is it. No. That's a good one. Fiery blues rock. Jeez, I don't think this is it. Oh, wait. Maybe that was it. Nah. Jeez, I can't believe I can't find it. I had it all set up, but now I'm not finding it. Oh, this is it, I bet. Dang, that's not it. Where is it? I had a perfect one for this one. Chill, soulful groove. Maybe this is it. Yeah. one out. I didn't really know it was coming. Kind of got a little bit of it. I didn't like the transition to the harder edge stuff. Maybe I can do better next time. I'll do better next time. All right. Let's see. Let's do a rock song, you know? Let's do a rock song. One of those sounded pretty good. So I'll find another one. The Tasty Blues Rock. Let's see what this one is. Sounds Telecaster-y to me, this one. What are the chords, though? Right? All right, let's try soloing now. Didn't really like that one. Didn't really like that one. Let's just go back to the Jazzor one, and we'll play a little bit. We'll go. I didn't get much sleep last night. I got a lot of phone calls and stuff from family and stuff. Hey, have a great day. Jim and SD Kitten, I don't know what you're talking about, reading into your comments and stuff like that, but have fun, whatever you're doing. Every time I'd go high, you'd go low. Okay. I can't predict what you're doing, man. Anyway, hope I didn't offend you in some way. Let's see. It's just a little high. Maybe just take that off. No, it hurts. Got to use the strap. Got to plug it in, right? That's a major problem with these guitars. You got to plug them in. All right, let's just chill a little bit now. I just feel like chilling. So let's see, what do we do? How about, there's a soulful groove or something. Let's play a little bit soft stuff. Geez, where are all the ones I put in here going? Ethereal Chill, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted. Let's try that one. Oh, there was another one that was kind of nice. Soulful bluesy groove. Let me just listen to this one. Let's see what this one is. Okay, yeah, this is soulful bluesy groove. This one before. right, good enough. Let's, I don't know. It's 1:30. I think we'll play, let's just play one more, and then we'll wish you a good day, and we'll see you next week. Let's end this with like a one I like to do. It's kind of like it's got vibes of who's the, oh, can't you see, the Marshall Tucker. It's got vibes of Marshall Tucker. So it's going to be a little bit different playing it on this. We'll see what it sounds like. Maybe I'll switch to the Strat halfway through. We'll see. We'll see. And then I think I'm going to get some lunch, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Hey, thanks for everybody coming today. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all. And appreciate you all. And thanks for coming. Especially, I want to say thanks to the members who do support me. Really helpful. And Chris and a couple of people. There was one other person who gave a donation today. I think it might have been John. Really appreciate that. That was John. So really appreciate that from John and Chris. A little tip. If you want to tip me, there's a link in the description for my PayPal. Or if you want to just do it via Super Chat, that's great. If you don't want to tip, that's fine too. But it's nice. I get it. All right. I think this is an E, but we'll see. Oh, it's an A. So this one, let's turn up the tone. Sounds a little bit better with the tone up. This goes to A minor here. It's kind of interesting. Back to A major. So it's a very straightforward song except for that little part. Just like an A. To D. Back to an A. Okay? Let's try it again. A. To G. To D. To A. So it's A mixolydian. Right? Those chords fit into E major, so it's A mixolydian. If you're a scales guy. Alright, so we'll try and improvise a little bit on this. Yeah, Ron, it'll be in your guitar school, yes. You'll have it. But Ron, send me an email, all right? Send me an email. We're just going back to the major, all right? So we'll just try it. First part's all A major pentatonic / A mixolydian, whatever. Follow the chords. I can't bend like on the others. All right, now it goes to the minor. There we go. That was kind of fun. Hey, Italy, Salvo, how you doing? Hey, I'm going to stay on just because I'm going to drink some coffee, but maybe I'll play a little bit of more of this guitar. But I like this guitar. I can't bend it like I can some of the others. It's a little bit stiffer and all that. The strings are a little bit heavier, and so I'm getting used to it. But got some vibrato on that, you know. Let's put a little bit, put a lot less. But I like it. It's got a nice mellow tone. I think that Jim and Skidum or whatever it is, he made a comment about like something that was a little bit of a double entendre. I made a comment. I was just making a joke, man. I was just making a joke. It's kind of interesting. Like I don't care if you do that, make a little bit of a sexual comment. I said, hey, let's keep this a family show. It's like whatever, you know. The only thing that's going to get you booted is if you make racist comments or stuff like that. You know, that is something that you're not really welcome here if that's what your bag is. But I don't know anybody who does that. There were a couple of people who were making like some pretty negative comments about people, and like they don't show up too much, which is cool. You know, I don't like it if they do show up. But whatever. If you have a little sexual innuendo in your comment, I don't care. It's all right. Whatever, as long as it doesn't get too raunchy. And those get flagged. Those get flagged from YouTube. Will flag those anyway, and they don't, like if you repeatedly use the F word or something like that, it'll get blocked. I have it set like that. I guess if he wants to do that. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. Hey, Greg, how you doing? We're just ending up. Just hanging with some people. And there's 38 people left on. So if you have any questions, why don't you just go ahead and ask any questions that you've got about my material or about my course or about my videos or about maybe make a suggestion about what you want to hear, you know. Sunshine of Your Love. Okay, cool. Well, Greg, I won't judge you for going to church. Oh, my goodness. I hope you understand that was a joke there, right? No, it's not a joke that I wouldn't judge you. I don't judge you for that, but it was a joke that I would even pretend that I would. Come on. Apache. Oh yeah, that would be a nice one. Yeah, Apache's fun. Apache is a good one to. That's like one of the best Strat tunes. Hey, that's a good question. Like, what are some of the best Strat tunes? While you're out there thinking about like what can we do? What would be some of the best Strat tunes that you like? I'll tell you what one of mine is. Apache's one of them for sure. Another one that I love is just a perfect Strat tune is Big Log. I love that. I love that beginning of Big Log. It's just a great Strat tune. Perfect. Perfect tone. Only a Strat does it. Only a Strat. This was 70s rock, probably not that great. But we could try it. Let's try. Let's try a little 70s rock with it. And I'm going to have to, the volume's going to be all wrong. It's going to be a little bit high. There we go. This is sort of a 70s rock tone, all right? This is the best I can do on this thing. Wait a second. Something's out. Yeah. When in doubt, don't trust the G string, right? Yeah, Robbie Blunt, great player, right? I don't know. In the room here, it doesn't sound so great. These pickups are not really, I mean, it'll do it. What is it? How about Pete Townsend using an El Rey? Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to plug in the Les Paul to see the difference here for the 70s rock tone. So we hear the difference. This should be a lot better for the 70s rock tone. Oh, yeah. I think that works better, you know? That's sort of 70s rock tone on this. I think it's a lot better. That other guitar is not really made for that, but yeah. All right, I'll tell you what I think sounds really good is this cheap Telly. I'm just going to put this in here. This cheap Telly has great pickups in it. And this may not snap all the way in. It did. I think the pickups on this thing sound great. May have to make it just a little bit hotter, but... neck's a little bit different on this thing. But this has a great, I think this tone on this Telly sounds really good. The neck pickup's really good too. Thank you, Big Hobo Daddy. Appreciate it. The neck on this thing's really wide for a Telly, and you got to get used to it. I like it, but it is definitely more of a wider neck. The guitar that gets this the best, I think, the best tone for this, for that sort of Neil Schon lights sound, and and the Hendrix, this does do a decent sort of Hendrix. But I can't, it's so wide, the neck is so wide, it's hard to do the thumb. That's it. Oh, I love that. Love the tone out of this. Let's hear the Strat, same thing. Let's hear this new Strat, it's an older Strat. This is just the amp. This is not using any pedals, which I think sounds better usually. I like to avoid pedals when I can. But I might have to put a pedal on, I don't know. So I got the volume turned down to, I don't know, 8 or so. That sounds more Stratty. Probably because it's a Strat, yeah. Whoops. it is. Maybe I put the compressor on. So what about that? And this should get that light sound too decently. What? That's it. I don't know. It's pretty decent tone. No one teaches home guitarists how to develop feel. You know, I'll tell you what. So feel, first of all, you got to define what you mean by feel. And this is the issue. Feel and appreciate it. It's so big. I'm telling you, yeah, thanks. I appreciate all the comments. First, if you define what feel is, then it helps, right? So feel is basically what people call phrasing. So if you start looking for things like phrasing, what's interesting is that every time I post a video that's about phrasing, I get a ton of theory questions. I don't know why. Like the whole thing about like being able to play with feel, I think, is you have to be able to yeah, you have to be able to be confident, but you have to like figure it out for yourself, like how to make notes sound the way that you want them to sound. And that's a reiterative process. You know, you do something, it doesn't sound right, so you do something a little bit different, and you know, you turn off all the pedals that you've got for sure. And but like one of my favorite tools to develop feel for play is the BB box, because it's just, you learn it and it's like, you know, you can jam to the whole thing, you know. You know, and that kind of thing. And I'm only using 4 or 5 notes. That's it. And you sort of like, you challenge yourself to limit what you play. You don't learn a bunch of things and like learn like how to play that all over the fretboard. You just say, okay, I'm just going to stick to these 5 notes. And I'm going to work really hard to make them sound good. That's one idea for playing with feel. But inevitably, when I do a video, or I even did a thing where it's like 1 note solo. You are only allowed 1 single note for the whole solo, but you've got, and how boring is that? It's like really hard to make it meaningful. So you've got to figure out like different ways of playing it, timing it different, like, you know, and giving it vibrato and sliding up to it. Or bending to it, you know, and the more you limit yourself and just give yourself that, then when you go to a bunch of being able to play like 2 notes, it's like, oh my God, I was so constrained by just 1 note. Now I get to be able to play. More notes. It's like you're left out of this straitjacket, but you've developed more feel for your play, because it's that connection between, when you say soul, it's the connection between what you hear in your head and you want the sound to be, and your ability for your fingers to be able to do that, right? So there's lots of different things, I think, that you need for feel. Personally, I don't think there's much to do with theory at all. Phrasing usually is what people talk about as all the elements of what we call feeling. So timing, the touch that you've got on the guitar, the vibrato, the bends, the effects, and stuff like that. Usually that's called phrasing. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, and it's definitely hard to teach it. And where I was going with this big hobo daddy, was that every time I do a video on it, I'll get like a ton of questions on, yeah, but isn't the BB box really, it includes that minor third, so that's really a minor scale. I'm like, that doesn't matter at all. Why are you asking me about this? Like, the whole point is to be able to bend to a note that you think sounds good. So if you bend to the minor third and you think it sounds good, that's cool, man. If you bend to the major third and you think that sounds good, that's cool too. Like, and that'll help you like make your choice. Oh, that's another great one, Ron. Make faces, yeah. Make faces when you play. Yeah. Well, try and envision. Like, I think when we make faces, it's like, I mean, think about it. When you see a singer and they're up there and they're singing like a note with a lot of feel, they're contorting their face, like they're going, whatever, right? And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing when we play a note that we're trying to hit. We're actually trying to vocalize that. That kind of thing. So that's also really good. Yeah. No, and Big Hobo Daddy, I totally agree with you that that's how it is when you play it with feel. But in developing the feel, that's a different story, because you've got to make some way of like being able to reconnect it, being able to do it. And so it is like a confluence of some things, like, okay, that's why I try and give people like the BB box, because you can do anything with the BB box. You can play a whole solo with the BB box, just 2 notes or 3 notes to 5 notes, whatever, and it'll sound really good. But if you start getting into like I said, like, oh, you can't do that with the BB box. You have to add in that. You can't just start on the 6th. You've got to add in the 5th. And I'm like, no, you don't. Come on, stop it. Just concentrate on what you want the sound to be and try and make it with your fingers. Try and think what you're trying to do. Like, think of a melody that you're trying to produce, and then see if you could do it with your fingers. Like, we're all really good vocalizing stuff. I don't know, not everybody, but we all can do that, right? You can see a singer putting feeling into it, and it's obvious. And I bet we can all do this. So, think about that. If you translate that thing that's in your head, somehow gets into your fingers, that's what people call feeling, I think. Yeah. Taj Farhan. Oh, yeah, for sure. What was I trying to do there? That's it. There we go. Right. Out of tune already. All right, folks. I got to get some grub. I'm going to get something to eat. Thanks so much for being in, and lots of great questions today. Lots of great questions. I have a YouTube video that's blowing up today. I don't know what it is, but it's blowing up. I did it on, it's like scale patterns. See, there it is. Like, if I do something on how to play with feel, or better yet, what like a lot of people have trouble with, which is timing, I get like 10 views. I do something on, hey, here's a magic scale. No, I didn't do that. I never do the magic scale thing. But if I do something that's about a pattern, a scale pattern, it's like, oh, yeah, I like that. But it's like what Big Hobo Daddy was saying. It's like, yeah, if you know the places, that's great. Everybody wants that, and they want to be able to play those notes. But it's sort of like when and how that really matters, right? All right. I keep talking forever. All right. Okay, folks, I'll see you. I had a great time today. I'm going to take off, and thanks again for everybody being on. I'll see you.